Adif, the player who fancies this. He's going to strike it with the laces, but he didn't get it up and down in time. It was a good idea. The technique wasn't bad, but started way too high, a bit too much power, and he was done for. Dangerous moments here for Mali. Might get more dangerous in a moment, but beyond everybody. Al Gamdi it was who flung it across.
Avancez après, sors de là, sors de là. Macalou, on arrive à aller vers là-bas. Sors de là, on avance. Avancez. On plante derrière, on plante.
Well, needs to be careful with that challenge. Didn't get the ball, but he didn't get enough of the players. One of those slightly grey area ones, that Fousseni Doumbia. He felt he was having his shirt tugged and he was right. But when you slide in like this, you've got to be really careful. Probably did just get a flick on the ball. He's going to be behind for another corner. Outswinger this time, useful header, good stop. Sissoko read all of that really well and got across and grabbed a hold of it. Yeah, good positioning there from the goalkeeper. There's Ange Tia. Here's Diakite. Thought about hitting it, didn't he? It's just been a rampant start to the second half from Mali. Little touch from Diakite. Kone involved in all of this. They've allowed him his head a bit from the centre of midfield, and now Diawara encouraging them to chase back, taking a risk or two, looking for a third goal. They lead by 2-1 here, Mali. At the moment, they're heading for the semi-final with France against Panama to come later on what always looked like being an excellent day here in Aubagne. Group B will come to its conclusion tomorrow before the semis and final in Salon de Provence, just down the road. Little push in the back from Wilson Samake. Again, it's threaded through, and look at the run that Diakite's made. The pass was on, and Tia didn't want to pick him out. Diakite played that ball in and then span and ran in behind. Time Saudi Arabia here look all at sea defensively. They haven't adjusted here to cope with this much more offensive Mali with runners coming from the midfield. Final half hour, we've just gone into that. Looks like it's going to be absolutely intriguing. He's having so far. Mali know that, and you just wonder with these dominant periods here, do they have to take advantage? I rather feel that they do. Saudi Arabia preparing a change. Bada El Omaya is about to come on. Meantime, that's floated in and it's well defended. Sekou Kone. Back with Doumbia and all the way back to the goalkeeper, Mayame Sissoko. Forward by Al Jaber, that's a really useful pass. Mali a little bit stretched defending this. That's a good hit, and it's there! Through the goalkeeper it went. And Abdullah Radif scores in his third consecutive game. Silences the Mali fans, and Saudi Arabia are level. And those missed chances, those two brilliant saves by Al Mermesh, rather come back to haunt Mali. Goalkeeper should do better. But credit to Radif. That is some effort to score in every game so far. Mali certainly deserved to be in front. Saudi Arabia will know they're fortunate to be level. But can Mali go again here? That's what having his quality gets you. Ability to strike when there's seemingly nothing on. Some rather somber looking final words from Diawara as we head for the final quarter of what has been a really good game. So much at stake. Same's going to happen, I think, with France and Panama. All on the line for them as well. Mali mustn't panic. A reminder that a draw, certainly not definitely what Saudi Arabia want either. Mali, though, have to win. Remember the tantalizing prospect of penalties as well to add that extra point at the end of this game if it remained 2-2. But still, that wouldn't be good enough. The moment, France on 4, Saudi Arabia 3, Panama 3, and Mali on 2 as Saudi Arabia break away again. Mali taking chances now. Abdelaziz Al Othman. Recovered by Al Jaber.
Avancez! Avancez! Avance!
Al Dasari. Now Subait. So going back to my point, if it finished 1-1 here, Saudi Arabia would have 4 and Mali would have 3. And then whoever won the shootout would add a point to that. So that could be enough for Saudi Arabia, but they'd be vulnerable to Panama beating France. Here come further changes. I mentioned Badr El Omer. Majed Abdullah is going to come on as well. Al Othman makes way, and so too does Al Jaber.
avant. Faut sortir avant d'ici.
In fact, the penalty shootout drama will be significant if we went there, because a win on penalties would put Saudi Arabia into the semis. It would not put Mali through, but it would be enough with the equation with France and Panama. But still got a long way to go. Mali have to win the game. Oh dear. The counter-attack was on, and he went for a strange kind of glory there. Wilson Samake felt that was on, and it most certainly wasn't. Lovely ball drifted in down that right-hand side beyond Samake. It goes and hit by Diakite. Felt he had to take it first time. Triple change comes for Mali. Ibrahim Kanate, Ousmane Thiero, Mahmoud Barry. Sekou Kone's been excellent, but he's withdrawn. Excellent in the second half. Ange Chia's got more involved. He makes way. Abubakar Sidibe have lost his energy down that right-hand side. They've got fresh legs for 17 minutes plus. They've got to score. They've got to win. Barry of Villarreal, of course. Tieno Barry had a great season there. Not him. Squad member of the youth squad in the shape of Mahmoud Barry. Ousmane Thiero of Rapid Vienna. Ibrahim Kanate of Anderlecht.
Hamidou, mets en place là-bas. Attentif, ils sont deux. Appelle. Marie. Alignez-vous.
Abdelaziz Al Elawai to take the free kick. Easy catch. And they stopped him getting on with it there, and they do so twice. Tempers running very high out there. Warning for El Dasari. Mali will build from the back. Husseini Doumbia not really allowed to build from the back, so lofted downfield, and I think they're better when they're direct. Mali can't allow conceding that equaliser to affect their confidence too much. They've done the right thing more often than not here. Mali heads solidly on that. Got to keep to the defensive side of things as well. Allowing El Ghamdi to drift in behind on one too many occasions there. Got to try and keep that balance right between taking enough risks to get the goal they need and not give it away at the other end. Samake. Booming diagonal again. Here's Barry. Maneuvers it into space. Tried the fancy one with the outside of the right boot. Skillful runner, isn't he, Barry? That looks like a foul to me. Right in front of the Saudi Arabia bench. Di Biagio can't believe it. Diakite. Makalu. It's held by the goalkeeper who made those two outstanding saves. Al Mermesh. Saudi Arabia going to make two changes here. Majed Abdul Wahed is going to come on. You can hear the train rattling past away to my left. Abdullah Zaid is the other player who's about to come on. Just about well defended. Radif, the goal scorer, scored in every game so far, is the player who's going to come off. He kept going after picking up that knock. Yeah, he's played well, Radif. As has El Eloui, his Al Ettifaq teammate. Like the look of him as well. Moved into the final 10 minutes here in our first match of the day in Aubagne, day 5 of this 51st Tournoi Maurice Revello, France, Panama to come a little bit later on. At the moment, we'll need penalties here, which will prove hugely significant for Saudi Arabia. Not necessarily for Mali. Are we going to get a winner in normal time? Reminder, if Mali win this, it's such a knife edge. At the moment they're heading out. If they win the game, though, they're in the semi. That's where we are right now. And that's played through, and that's onside, and what a chance this is. Oh, he's played it beyond him. They can't believe it. Kanate was through on goal, tried to find Samake, had to go on his own and decided not to. He's got to take responsibility there. Will they get a better chance than that? El Ghamdi. El Umair. Al Oyayari. It's broke down again. Still plenty of time here for both sides to conjure up a winner. Oh, that was sliding tackle from behind. He's lucky to get away with that. Here's Kanate, who had that wonderful opportunity. Can he create another for Diakite? Can Mali create at least one final chance? That's what they'll be thinking. That's all they'll be hoping for. Ibrahim Kanate. It's going to be a Saudi Arabia throw.
Va bientôt.
Still full of fire, full of energy. Under 5 remaining here for Mali. Ibrahim Kanate. It's not all gone his way since he came on as a substitute. Both coaches learning plenty about their teams here. 3 of the 90 remain. Mali with those chances at 2-1. Fabulous double save from the goalkeeper, Al Mermesh. Might be called into action again, but Samake doesn't do the simple thing, tries to be too fancy. The simple thing has served him pretty well, and he's turned his ankle as he trod on the ball. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Well, that was a bit sloppy, that one. Punch wide for Al Gamdi. Oh, that's a poor challenge. That's a really poor challenge by Abdul Wahed. Senate it was who was accelerating away. Well, I think he's lucky to get away with that. Samake has been booked for his protests. Some referees show a red card for that. I tell you, that late, chopping the player down, no attempt to play the ball at all. Borderline there. Goalkeeper Al Mermesh is down. Abdoulaye Niakate is on now for Mali. Samake had that great chance in the first half. He's made a couple of poor decisions in the second. So, at the moment we tick towards penalty kicks. Right now, Mali with 3 points are done for. Saudi Arabia have 4. So if France were to beat Panama, later Saudi Arabia would qualify in second. But if Saudi Arabia won the penalty shootout and got 2 points, they'd go above France. So whatever happened in that second game, Saudi Arabia would find a way into the semi-final. Still waiting to see how many minutes will be added here. Mali, well, the equation's the same. They've got to create a chance and they've got to take it. Senate. 6 added minutes, so still plenty of time. That favours Mali. Di Biagio not happy about that, so time to find that moment to put them in the semi-final. They were there, and then they threw it away. Radif with the equalising goal. Already a minute and a half of those 6 have gone. He was unsure what to do there, the defender, so he hoiked it straight up in the air. Good decision from Doumbia, the centre-half, to come and win it. And into the wide area with Niakate it goes. Can he win them a corner? No, the goalkeeper holds on. 4 of the added 6 remain. Forward towards Kanate. Diakite gets a chance to run in behind. Diakite had to play it first time and didn't. But they have a corner. They still have some hope here. Get another chance. 3 of the added 6 remain. It really would be dramatic if Mali could do it now. Goalkeeper was unsure, but managed to get it clear. Sensibly plays it back out wide. Kanate. Another corner. But another minute gone as well. Reminder, Panama against France to come later on. This, though, is riveting stuff. Mali need a goal. They need a goal for a place in the semi, but it's cleared away. Still, though, the pressure from Mali. Another block tackle. Another corner from the other side. Driven across and really well defended at that near post. As Saudi Arabia look to get out here. Well, he's going to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, is he? No. Makalu. Time ticking here. Needs everyone to get back on side. And they need to get it forward again. And they do. Great angle pass for Kanate. Ibrahim Kanate, Al-Mermesh saves! Over the crossbar from Diakite. There was the chance. 2 of them. Umar Pona, the goalkeeper's coming on for the last minute here for Mali, for the penalties. Always quite like that substitution. Oh, what a climax that would have been. Here it is again. It's a great ball. And Kanate steadied himself. Keeper made a good save. Spread himself, didn't he? Has to go with some height there for me on the finish. I'm afraid the clock is against Mali now. Maybe time for one final chance. Majid Abdullah will get the card. You see the French players arriving down here in front of me. Big game for them to come against Panama. Terrific opener to the day, though. We go to penalties. Mali came so close. Saudi Arabia still are close, but Mali are done for. But what fun they've given us here. Great effort, and they led. They came from a goal down to lead 2-1 at the start of the second half, but they couldn't hold on to it. Al Aili for Saudi Arabia, then Diakite with the equaliser. They scored twice in 5 minutes either side of half-time, Diakite and Samaki, and then Radif with the equaliser that has given Saudi Arabia a chance to be sure of a place in the semi on penalties. It finishes Saudi Arabia 2, Mali 2. We go to penalty kicks. So it's interesting to see Umar Pona brought on by Husseini Diawara. It's almost smart psychologically there, because you're saying to the opposition, yeah, watch out for him. We brought him on specifically for the penalties. Tim Krul famously did it for Van Gaal in the World Cup, you might remember. So they'll just organise themselves. Just a reminder of how things stand. A point apiece for the draw. So France on 4, Saudi Arabia on 4. France with a better goal difference. Panama on 3, Mali on 3. So Mali can only get up to 4. That would not be enough. Saudi Arabia, however, can get up to 5, would move above France. So that would mean that any result